Hi everyone, welcome to YoungMindTheKnowledgeHub. This is the continuation of India and China relationship and border dispute. In the previous video, I have told what is the reason for India and China border dispute and philosophy of two countries, China's extension plan, etc. In this video, you will get the answer for all these questions. What is the issues in western sector? Why there is two boundary line in this sector and history behind this? Who is the reason for these issues? Why China claiming Tibet as its territory? And China's strategy and many more. Along with this, we also say about eastern sector problem and the MacMohan Line and history behind this line too. Now we'll see problem in the western sector and boundaries. You can also get this video in Kannada. Link is given in the description box below. So let's begin. The western sector. By seeing this picture, we don't understand what is the problem exactly. So see here. It's the boundary line and it is Jammu and Kashmir or Ladakh in this side and this is the China. Now you can ask me, this is decided boundary, then what is the problem in this? How can China create problem in this? Because China is using a formula that is called cartographic aggression. That means here China doing aggression by showing map, and by showing this map it's arguing and finding out the dispute. Here cartographic means art of making maps, and this is the old formula of China. By showing map it's creating border dispute with the neighboring countries. You may feel surprised why this map dispute between India and China. Here you can remember two lines which represent the boundaries between these two countries. That is, one is Johnson Line, second one is MacDonald Line. Say it's not MacMohan Line, it's a MacDonald Line. Here Johnson Line is line which is followed by India, and MacDonald Line is line which is followed by China. Now we have to study history to understand these lines. First we'll see about Johnson Line. In 1865, British proposed a boundary which is created by William Johnson. He is a civil servant and he proposed a Johnson Line. And in this process, John Ardagh who helped him, and so it is called as Johnson and Ardagh Line. Here in this line which is divide the India and Tibet. In that time, Tibet was independent country. According to this line, Aksai Chin is a part of India. Then what is the dispute here? If you ask this question to China, China says, when India created this line, that is Johnson Line, India did not inform us about this line. Remember, at this time, British was ruling in India. Now, if you ask British, why you people not informed China about this line? They told, no, we don't inform China. Because in that time, China was internally facing riot from minority Muslims. That is called Dangyan Revolt. That's why we don't inform China. Carefully listen, this is how the dispute started. At the same time, British told, but we informed this to the King of Kashmir about this line. Here, King of Kashmir says, as I know about this line and I have built the port there on the border. That is called as Shahidullah Port, and China called this as Ziadullah. It is situated on the Johnson Line, but this port is never used, and also we did not inform China. This is the reason why China is not accepting the Johnson Line, and China argues that which matter we never known, how can we accept it? Then which line China will follow? Now China will follow the line which is built by them, that is MacDonald Line. Here again we have to read the history behind this line. That is, in 1878, Chinese reconquered the Xinjiang, that is Aksai Chin area, and started administrating it. In 1892, they started to create boundary. They created their own map and gave the map to British Consul General George Macartney, and they revised it by the help of Macdonald. Then this line is called Macdonald-Macartney line. Now, according to this line, Aksai Chin area is belong to China. But now the question is how British accepted this line. According to British, China never called us to discussion and we also never accepted that line. So we used Johnson line in all our records and official documents. I think now it's clear for you why there is two lines or boundaries which is followed by two countries in western sector. Here conclusion is if you agree with Macartney and MacDonald line, then Aksai Chin is China's part. Or if you agree with Johnson line, then it's part of India. Tips to remember this line is if it come with more CC, then it's belong to China. If we start with J, then it's belong to Jammu Kashmir or India. Till now it's clear, right? Then till now we studied about two lines, why it's created and history behind this. Now move on to the next point. Here there is one story in between China and India, that is story of communism and capitalism. Now we'll see real historical issue, that is war between communism and capitalism or war between Russia and Western power. Here Western power, that is British, that is called as Great Game. It's an old story. Listen carefully, this information is very important to understand the whole issue. In that time, one game was going on between these two powers. In the one side, that is Russia, want to expand, and in another side, British wanted to expand. And they are scared about each other. You can see here, this is Imperial Russia and this is British India. After few years, England realized that if I want to safeguard my territory from Russia, then I have to create buffer state in between Russia and India and in another side China and India. Because these two countries, that is Russia and China, are communist countries. So buffer state means there should not any adjoining line between British India and China and in another side British India and Russia. And here British thought that in between British India and China there is a necessary of independent country. So they created Tibet as a independent country. And in another side Afghanistan is a buffer country between British India and Russia. This is because to stop the expansion of communist nations, British used this buffer state plan to safeguard their territory. After this, in 1914, Shimla Accord took place, and this is attended by representative of China, Tibet, Britain, Sikkim, and with another gentleman, that is Henry MacMohan. The reason for this accord is fix the boundary between Tibet and India so that Tibet remain buffer state. But Shimla conference fails because China walked out. China not signed the agreement of three party. Here three party is India, China and Tibet. But this agreement is signed by two countries, that is Tibet and India. Then according to this agreement, Tibet is divided into two parts, that is outer Tibet and inner Tibet. The outer Tibet is ruled by Tibetan government and inner Tibet will be governed by China. According to this, it is the boundary between Tibet and China proper and the boundary between Tibet and British India. Later, the line between Tibet and India called as MacMohan Line. but China refused to accept the line. China arguing Tibet is under my suzerainty and it is not an independent country, I won't accept it. In this time, British not opposed or tried to convince China because in 1914 that is the time of World War I. So they needed China's help. That's why British keep quiet here. If you observe one thing here, it will be clear that if British opposed China's this argument, today we are not facing this problem. Here, British created problem for us through these border lines, that is, in western sector MacDonald Line or Johnson Line problem, and in eastern sector they gave us MacMohan Line problem. In these two cases, they left confusion in between China and India for their vested interest. So Mao used this confusion to his expansionist plan and he wanted to take the advantage from this confusion. And till India trying to solve this problem peacefully. Along with this, in 1950, China broke the so-called Shimla Agreement and Chinese forces with around 40,000 soldiers crossed the Chamdo River, which is present in Tibet, on 6th October 1950 without any warning and they invaded Tibet. Here, Chinese army told, we came here to free 3 million Tibetans from Western oppression and to consolidate natural defense on Chinese western border. Now for India, it's much needed to protect Tibet from Chinese. But India not did that. Still, India wanted peaceful settlement and our then foreign minister gave one statement in our parliament, that is, if we interfere there will be a full-fledged war and we don't want more cruelty against the Tibetans and I don't believe in making empty gesture. It's of house unless I have power and strength to implement any decision that I take. Here, weakness of India is exposed. And it's proven that India is militarily weak country and it cannot protect its friend country, and after all this 2 months later a dying Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel got the ball rolling to protect India's border. What happened next? It will be very interesting. I will explain in the next part. This is all about today's video. I will continue in the next video. Stay tuned to my channel, subscribe, share, like and leave your comment in comment section below. Take care and bye bye.